I'm going to explain how to replace the battery in a Generation 1 medium on party speaker. If you're just interested in the repair, please skip ahead, or if you'd like to know some more information about the speaker and its value for musicians, in particular guitar players, please stick around. So I bought this speaker a few years ago new from Walmart for about $70. And I found if I plugged my guitar into the quarter-inch input in the back, I could get a clean signal, but it was a little quiet. So I added a buffered pedal in front of it, and then I could get a nice sound, nice volume, just perfect for playing in the streets. There's a little distortion on the bass frequencies. I don't really mind it. It's not a nice distortion. You could probably circumvent that problem by lowering the output signal on your pedals or guitar. But anyways, I like it, and if you pair it with the other input and put like an accompaniment track with bass and drums and everything, it's balanced with the guitar. It doesn't distort. It's clean and it's bassy enough, just loud enough for playing in the streets. Not too loud, but just right. So I wanted to get another one of these speakers, and I went to Walmart and they had the Generation 2 model. So I bought that, and when I plugged my guitar in, I found that there was a chorus and echo effect and also a very intense noise gate. And I could not remove these effects. They're hardwired into the input, and it's not mentioned in the manual or anywhere. So it's basically worthless for guitar. And also, while I found there was a little more bass with the second generation model, it generally wasn't as balanced as the first generation model. So I went looking for used first generation models, and it was difficult because everyone I found, the batteries were dead. The people had let them sit for so long that the battery had just discharged, and it still worked if you plugged it in. So a lot of these people thought it was working, but it turns out it wasn't. And generally, these speakers can be had for about 40 to $60. It's going to be cheaper if you can establish that the battery's not working. So I opened one up and pulled the battery out, and I found a battery from a company I think called UPS. It was about $25, and I replaced the battery, and it worked fine. So I just want to reiterate, this is a great thing for musicians who want to play in the street, who want to have a portable speaker. The sound is balanced. It's just loud enough. It's bassy enough. And like I said, they can be had for 40 to $60. They're abundant because Walmart sold them, and some people have stockpiles of them. So it's a really good solution because if you are going to buy something purpose built for playing guitar in the streets like this, say like a Roland Jazz Cube or some kind of Marshall Bluetooth thing, it's going to be pretty expensive, and it might have a lot of features, but uh, if you have pedals, all you really need is just the speaker and a clean sound. So you got everything you need with this little Bluetooth speaker. So anyways, here's the repair. We're going to start by removing the four star-headed screws that hold the grill on, and then we'll use a little flathead screwdriver to pry it off. Just remember, this metal is meant to bend, so you just kind of have to work with it. And then we're going to use a Phillips head screwdriver to remove the 10 screws that hold the two sides of the speaker together. And we'll just kind of dump them out on the ground. And we're going to remove the two sides with a little flathead screwdriver. Be careful when you do this. You don't want to pull it apart completely because they're held together by wires. And we're first going to remove the light wire, which has a little glue on it. So you kind of got to force it off of there. Be careful. And then we're going to remove the wires for the main woofer. And then after that, we're going to remove the wires for the tweeter. And then we're going to set the two sides of the speaker apart. And there's the battery. You need to remove the wires for the battery. And there's a little mount for the battery that has 4 Phillips head screws. So we'll take that off. There's the old battery. It has some pads on it to keep it from wiggling around. Here's the new battery from UPS. It doesn't have any pads on it, so if you don't want it to wiggle, you'll want to put some in there. And then we're going to reconnect the battery, turn it on. See, we have a full battery, so that's a good sign. And then we're going to reconnect everything here. And I'm going to clean it up a little bit here, but make sure you get no liquid on the woofer or tweeter speaker. And we're going to turn it on.
Power on.
We got light, a full battery, and I didn't put any pads in there, so it makes a little noise when you shake it, but I don't really mind. It's not going to vibrate while playing music or anything. There we go. And just remember to keep the battery charged. If you let it sit discharged for a long period of time, it might go dead again, and then you'll have to buy another battery. Don't worry about leaving it plugged in and charging year-round. It uses hardly any electricity to maintain a full charge. And I just wanted to urge everyone to buy used stuff, utilitarian stuff, stuff that you can service, stuff that's cheap. When you're buying this used speaker from Walmart, you're preventing something from going into trash, and you're also not incentivizing them to build more useless crap that waste our money. Thanks.